Today we finally get it out the way. Get out your Guzma, it's time to replace certain cards in the deck, okay. Don't worry about rotation and just play more supporters to hand less ability lock. It's a fact we built on a whole new level, even stage 2's on attack. The format has slowed down, and don't forget about Pokémon. All strategies will be shown now, and your mind will explode. Wow, dive ball will fall, no trainers melt, oh man I will fail. I don't know, try a new deck so you don't go away like a giant plant, never to be seen again. It's getting bad. I say goodbye to the stage UI. If you like, item lock, no important is still in town. Yup, so the conclusion is not to worry too much. Follow my videos to stay on top. Ha! Don't you know and how to build a deck in the new format where cards are illegal and you don't know how to adapt? What you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that? I know all about that. Troubles with rotation, hesitation, where's the vid at? Throw away VS Seekers because we now adapt, yeah. What you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that? I know all about that. What's up YouTube, it's Sup TCG here and welcome to episode 133, where we'll be actually taking a look at a deck and then we're gonna make a post-rotation deck about it. Because I got a lot of questions of people that don't know how to adapt to the new format starting on the 1st of September, which actually excludes 3 sets from the format, from the standard format. We're gonna lose a lot of cards and they don't know how to make decks without VS Seeker and anything like that. If you want to learn more about some cards that got actually rotated out, definitely check my rotation video about the 2017-2018 format. There you'll learn about all the cards that that we cannot use anymore in the standard format. So as a little example, we're gonna check out this Tapu Bulu Vikavolt list. This is a pre-rotation deck. We see VS Seeker, we see Lysandres. We don't see a lot of supporters. They are all one-off supporters because we can just use Sycamore and just get them in the discard and reuse them with VS Seeker. Well, with the standard format, changing it up, we cannot rely on VS Seeker from time to time. So as you see in this Vikavolt list, we are only running one Bridget, one Skyla, one Brock's Grit, one Professor Kukui, one Hex Maniac, one Olympia. So as you see, a pre-rotation deck like this does all run just the single supporters because you can just get them out with Tapu Lele, use them early game, and then reuse them with VS Seeker. So what we're gonna do is gonna adapt this deck to a post-rotation deck without the for sets like Roaring Skies, Ancient Origins, and like that. So everything that we cannot use anymore gets discarded. So no more Lysandres, no more VS Seeker, no more Hex Maniac. So how we're gonna adapt here is we're going step by step here. So in the next picture you see, we just swapped out the Lysandres for Guzmas. You can run 2 to 3 Guzmas. This will be standard in every single deck. Since we cannot no longer use VS Seeker, running 2 to 3 Guzmas will be the standard. So this is the only change I made in this little picture. We're gonna continue on here. What do we see now is that the VS Seekers are now gone. And what have we done? Well, we actually put in extra cards here. We added an extra N card, an extra Skyla, and an extra Kukui for consistency, because we cannot rely anymore on VS Seeker. We have to have that consistency going on. Just think about hands where you just open up and you don't have a single supporter. Well, this does not happen anymore. Also in the late game when they end you and you don't draw a single supporter for a couple of turns, that is actually called a dead draw. You don't get that. You definitely want to run 4 Sycamore and 4 N in every single deck, unless you're playing something like a Sylveon GX deck where you don't want to discard stuff. Then Sycamore is not the best choice here, but definitely 4N. And as you see, we are running 2 Skyla nowadays and also 2 Professor Kukui. Why is that? Because if we already used one, well, that's over. We cannot reuse them with VS Seeker. I know we can reuse cards with Puzzles of Time, but that is a little bit inconsistent. You need to have both of them in the hand to actually get something out of the discard, and that only works with cards like Sylveon GX. So it's just to get that out there. Don't run Puzzles of Time just to think about, wow, it's gonna be more consistent. Well, you're gonna have a bad time if your Puzzles of Times are priced. Okay, what else are we gonna do with this deck? So as you see, we added an N, a Skyla, and a Professor Kukui. What else? Hex Maniac is illegal nowadays, actually starting on the 1st of September. We're gonna get rid of that. So with this, we actually have a little update here. We got rid of Olympia and Hex Maniac. Why did we got rid of Olympia? Well, the choice is really obvious. We have Guzma, which also has a built-in switch mechanic, so we don't even need Olympia. And also we are running the Acerola here. Why are we running Acerola? Well, it can just pick up a single simple Pokemon. Yeah, it's a really great supporter from Burning Shadows. Why not run it since this deck relies on yeah, just those basic attackers like Tapu Bulu and the Tapu Lele and the Tapu Koko, of course. All the 3 Tapus are simply picked up with Acerola if they have damage, and you can just, yeah, start reattaching those energies with that strong Volt ability. Just get energies from the deck thanks to Vikavolt. We also added an extra energy recycler. Why is that? Well, since we are not running 2 Brock's Grid, that would be crazy, because that way you slow down your consistency. Skyla is a little bit better because we can get out anything we want. Brock's Grid is only situational at best. It's really great when you can reuse it with VS Seeker, but I am a bigger fan of using the energy recycler in this situation. You could run an extra Brock's Grid and get it out with Tapu Lele, but as you know, the energy recycler is really yeah, consistent since it's only an item card. Okay, moving on. Now I'm gonna talk about yeah, the single cards that we can exchange in every deck. So this was a little example on how we are yeah, focusing more on post rotation and adapting to the new format. So it was pretty simple. The main focus was Guzma, extra supporters, and yeah, just lose your VS Seekers, just put them away and just add in extra supporters. If you're running a supporter that is no longer legal like Hex Maniac, well, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm gonna give a little information about the yeah, replacement for Hex Maniac in a second. So as you see, this is the deck list for the Vikavolt and yeah, Tapu Bulu list. I'm also gonna make more videos about the post rotation. I'm already making videos on the TCG online program talking about post rotation deck list, so check the deck list there. This is a little example. In a weekly episode you get the detailed information on how we do stuff here. So next up, I'm gonna talk about Lysandre. Lysandre is just the easiest example on how to replace cards and prepare yourself for the next rotation. Okay, Lysandre gets rotated out. Well, we simply replace it with Guzma. So if you have Lysandre in your deck, which you probably are gonna have in your deck, it's a really great card. Just swap it up with Guzma. If you're running maybe only 1 Lysandre, definitely add it up to 2 Guzma, because as you know, you cannot reuse it once you've discarded it. So no VS Seeker shenanigans unless you're running puzzle times or everything like that. Okay, next up is VS Seeker, the big card that everybody is talking about. Wow, what are we gonna do without VS Seeker? Zapdos TCG, help us out. Wow. Slow down, guys. It's really simple. VS Seeker is just a really great item card, and I predict that it will be reprinted in a year or 2. But for now, we are having a VS Seeker-less format where you cannot use VS Seeker. Well, just run extra supporters. If you used to run 3N, run 4N. If you run 1 Skyla, run 2 Skyla. If you run, yeah, if you don't have enough Guzmas, only 2, well, maybe run 3. Just run extra stuff. Also, running an extra Tapu Lele is never a bad thing, since VS Seeker is gone. Tapu Lele brings the supporter of choice. Always. You can always get yourself that supporter of the turn if you use Tapu Lele. So if you're only running 1 Tapu Lele, run 2. If you're not satisfied with 2, run 3. So that's how we adapt to VS Seeker. I know you can run Puzzles of Time, but that is a little bit clunky. But definitely test it out, yeah, to let me know how it does. Next up is Hex Maniac, the one that shuts down abilities. Everybody loves this card. Use a first turn, Tapu Lele, Hex Maniac, and your opponent is stuck and you just donked them. How many times has that happened? Yeah, since all those weak HP Pokemon with 60 HP evolve into those ginormous stage 2 GXs or stage 1 GXs, Hex Maniac is a card that was huge and saw a lot of tournament play. How do we replace that? Well, the only options I can think of at the moment is running the Wobbuffet from Generations. It has been reprinted from the Phantom Forces one that also blocks abilities once Wobbuffet is active. Only abilities from Psychic types still work. So that means if you have a Wobbuffet in the active position, all the abilities like the Golbat, yeah, where you can just use that Bite attack, or Tapu Lele, the Wonder Attack ability still work. All the Psychic type abilities still work. Even Hoopa EX, which is still not rotated out since that was a promo in the XY above the number, I believe 69, yeah. And other things that block abilities, of course, the Garbodor from Breakpoint with Garbotoxin. If you have a Floatstone or a Choice Band or any tool card for that matter attached to this little monster, all abilities are shut down. But yeah, you know, Field Blower is in the format and just get rid of that really easy. So the thing here is, yeah, that is not reliable anymore. If you want to have a reliable ability blocking, like Mach is a crazy example, is a little bit better than Garbotoxin because they cannot Field Blower it away. But Mach has a little downside. It only shuts down basic Pokemon's abilities, while the Garbotoxin shuts down every ability. So we also had Silent Lab in the format that also gets rotated rotate it out, but Alolan Muk does the exact same thing like, yeah, that card, so that does not even matter. But Hex Maniac was just such a great card, where, yeah, these are the only options. If you're still relying on a deck that shuts down abilities, those are your options. Next up is Olympia. A really easy choice here. Olympia switches around and heals 30 damage. Well, healing that 30 damage is not a problem, but the main thing that Olympia did was get you out of awkward situations where you just got stranded into the active position. Now with Guzma by our side, this is the most easiest thing ever. There are 3 options to replace Olympia if you're actually afraid of being stranded in the active position. You can run Guzma as a supporter, really nice. You can just swap around, well, you can just target something on your opponent's bench. Next up is Acerola. That way, if you got damaged, you don't even need to heal up, you just put the Pokemon and all cards attached to it back into your hand. Really solid card. And Super Scoop Up does the exact same thing without the side effect. You don't even need damage counters. If you flip heads, then you can just put something straightly into your hand. That does not even have to be your active Pokemon, same with Acerola. So those are the cards if you're running Olympia. Okay, next up is another huge one, Shaymin EX, but it's really simple, guys. People are already adapting to Shaymin EX. Now we are just swapping Shaymin with Tapu Lele. It's just simple like that. If you're running 2 Shaymin EXs, run 2 Tapu Lele GXs. Really simple. Next up is the Team Magma Secret Base. Saw a huge amount of play with Drampa GX, and yeah, we'll see more play thanks to Po-Town. Po-Town is the replacement of Team Magma Secret Base. Remember the times where Team Magma Secret Base was crazy? Yeah, and the price tag was also going along with that. Well, now we have Po-Town. It does the exact same thing, but a little bit more inconsistent, but you do have some power here. With Po-Town active on the field, you can just evolve one of your Pokemon, and if you evolve, you get 3 damage counters thanks to Po-Town. If you have damage counters, Drampa can use its Berserk attack. So, if you're still running Drampa GX with Garbodor, it's a great thing. If you're running Drampa with Zoroark, it's a great thing, since you do run evolutions in your deck, and it will still work out, yeah, sort of the same like Team Magma Secret Base, even though Team Magma Secret Base was a little bit more consistent, so you can just swap those around. Next up is Dive Ball, another huge card. Dive Ball is one of those cards that if you're running Greninja, you'll love the card, but, well, we have to say goodbye to it, and what do we replace it with? Well, Alolan Vulpix is a nice option here, because that one with Beacon for 0 energies can get 2 Pokemon from your deck straightly onto your hand. We have other cards that can do some the same thing. If you have Dive Ball to get out a basic Pokemon, you can rely on Nest Ball. If you need an evolution, Timer Ball will work best for you, or Evo Soda if you're definitely going for the evolutions time after time. So these are the options I have for replacing Dive Ball. Also, Brooklet Hill is a nice stadium that should get a mention here, because that one can get a water or a fighting type from your deck, actually basic water or fighting type from your deck straightly onto your bench. Really great in water decks, so let's say you're running a lot of Dive Balls, well, maybe try out Brooklet Hill, a Vulpix, and some of the evolution items I talked about before. So that is that. Next up, I'm gonna talk about Double Dragon here really shortly. There's no replacement for Double Dragon as of yet, so yeah, say goodbye to your dragons. Okay, next up, Level Ball, another one of my favorite item cards. Saw a huge amount of play and setup decks like Decidueye Vileplume, and also talking about Vileplume. Vileplume is now out of the format. If you want item luck, go for Noivern GX. Made a video about Noivern GX as a separate video. Definitely check the video out. But that is your new item locking monster, although Double Dragon is gone, so you can, yeah, maybe make a deck with it if you can find some consistency. So, talking about Level Ball, if you want to run a resemblance of Level Ball, maybe Ultra Ball, you're definitely running 4 Ultra Balls in every deck nowadays, but if you want to have something like Level Ball, maybe the Timer Ball would work best for you. You have a 50% chance of getting 1 Pokemon out of your deck, an evolution Pokemon, 25% of getting 2 of them out of your deck, and 25% for getting nothing out of your deck. So you have to have a little bit of luck on your side, but yeah, the odds are in your favor. Next up is Nest Ball, definitely getting a basic Pokemon from your deck onto your bench. And then we have Heavy Ball. If you're running those heavy monsters, maybe like a Charabak or whatever, those Pokemon with a huge amount of retreat cost, then you can start using Heavy Ball. Okay, that was a lot to take in, and now we have something I want to talk about here to end the video here, because I have something here. Trainer's Mail and Acrobike, really great items, saw a huge amount of play and a lot of decks, but those are item draw supporters. We definitely need some more item draw supporters in the near future. Maybe in Crimson Invasion we'll get some, but these are not replaceable as of yet. Maybe you can replace it with Oranguru or Octillery or anything that draws something from your deck. but yeah, those are Pokemon. Those are not item cards. We definitely need item cards to draw into our deck faster and faster, because with those gone, the format has slowed down quite a bit, which is something I personally like, because that way we can run stage 2 Pokemon at ease without being afraid to get donked every now and then. So yeah, that is the video about crucial cards I would replace in your deck to go post rotation, because I get that question a lot, and I thought, why not make an episode about it? So yeah, what else are we gonna talk about today? It is Poke News. Alright guys, welcome to Poke News. I have a lot of scans for you today from the new Sun and Moon 4 set, and also some new releases that will be in your store soon. We're gonna start with the big news first. Shining Legends will be a new set coming to you in America or Europe, and it's actually something just like the Generation packs were. You cannot buy them separately, but they come in those great boxes here. So those Shining Legends pin collection boxes. As you see here, we have a Mewtwo collection box. You get a pin, you get a promo card, and then 3 packs of that Shining Legend set, which will be that counterpart. We also have some Shining set in the Japanese, where we had that Shining Mew, which was really playable, Shining Celebi. So you can definitely expect yourself a lot of those packs here. We also have an Elite Trainer box. If you don't want to get those pin collections, you can also dig into that set. This set is actually really great. I don't know when it will be released, but the thing I do know is that it will be early October. So around that era, we will be getting this mini set. And definitely get yourself an Elite Trainer box, because some of those cards will be really playable. Okay, next release is the EX Challenge boxes. Those are really nice because they come with a jumbo version just to put on your wall, but they also come with a regular size playable EX, just like Hoopa EX is in a box like this, Mewtwo EX and Volcanion EX, also Pikachu EX, but who cares about that one. But they are coming also with a team deck and 2 booster packs, so it's sort of like a mix of everything. It's like a team deck splashed into a collection box, so that is great for new players to get into the game. Another product image I want to show you here is the Alolan Raichu box, coming with 3 booster packs of Burning Shadows and a sweet looking Alolan Raichu, which is a reprint of the Sun and Moon Alolan Raichu from the trainer kit, and this will be a nice addition to your collection, since that Alolan Raichu looks pretty sweet. Next up are the scans for the Sun and Moon 4 set. Prepare to be amazed, we have Gengar. Gengar is one of my favorite Pokemon, and it comes back into the format with Free Retreat, which is something I adore, and also has an ability, a Raiding Curse. Whenever your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Really sweet ability, and it stacks. So let's say we might get out 3 Gengars in a reasonable amount of time. Well, if they attach energies, well, they get 6 damage counters. Isn't that sweet? So paired with maybe a Bursting Balloon or anything for that matter, we might have a little fun combo deck right there. Also, the attack deals 70 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And also, rethinking about the ability, if Gardevoir GX uses its Secret Spring ability, they can also get an extra damage counter, I believe, because they do attach it from the hand. So Gengar is something to look out for, maybe making a fun deck with it. It is a stage 2 though, so don't forget that. Next is Beware. Beware seems to be a Pokemon card that comes back time after time. Pokemon loves Beware, so they print a lot of cards. I think it's the 4th one up until now. It has an ability, Fluffy. It takes 30 less damage from your opponent's fire types, or actually, your opponent's attacks excluding fire types. So kind of interesting to see, because that Fluffy can, you can burn that teddy bear up. Maybe that's the reason. It also has a Crosscut, dealing 60 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon. You deal 120 damage for a fighting and a DCE. So not a bad card, and might see some play in decks that run fighting energies and DCEs in the same deck. So definitely fun to think about. Next up is Pikachu. We get a new Pikachu card. Hooray! It only has 60 HP. And it is not the best Pikachu card ever, but then again, it attacks for no lightning energies at all. You can splash it into any deck, so maybe we can see something going with it. If you're running a Raichu or a Alolan Raichu for that matter, maybe try out this fun little Pikachu. Okay, next up, the last card of this video is the Sun and Moon 4 Primeape. It is, not a great attacker. It only deals 30 damage, and that is not a lot. And also deals 90 damage during your opponent's next turn. Your opponent's active Pokemon does 30 more damage to your active Pokemon. Wow! So for 2 energies, it deals 90 damage. It's a stage 1. You will never use it, but I wanted to show you this Primeape because the art looks pretty sweet. It is, sort of like 3D style, and that is something I do like. Maybe the Arts of Crimson Invasion will be the best we've seen so far, but we'll have to wait and see. So let me know what you think about the post-rotation deck video, and also about the new releases I talked about just now. I'd love to hear your opinion, and yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. It means a lot. If you enjoyed the video, definitely show your support by destroying the like button, and I will see you guys soon enough with more TCG videos. Stay fresh, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'm out. Peace.